Hey guys, it is Greg with Apple Explained. Thank you for joining the noon Saturday live stream. Um, we had like 60 people waiting on this stream, which is more than ever. That is a new record. 60 people waiting. Thank you guys so much for coming early. I think this might be a more convenient time for most people. I understand some people it's like really late at night in their country or their region, or some people that had to wake up really early because it's like 9 a.m. in California or whatever. I understand it may not be convenient for everybody, but it's really convenient for me, and I think for most people it's convenient. There's a couple things I want to address, which people were kind of talking about in the live chat before I started. Number one, well, first let me allow people to get in the live stream, because we only have 80 people right now. Once we get like well over 100, I think we can achieve that, and then I'll start with my spiel. But I do want to say I found a new way to do these live streams, like to have the control panel that I want to have. I don't know if you guys were watching the last couple live streams, but I'm live streaming from my iPhone now with the YouTube app, which is different than what I was doing before with my computer and an external camera and then my external microphone. That was a whole different deal. Now with this setup, it wasn't giving me access to the same controls I had when I was doing my computer live stream. But I figured out a way to get like to the old YouTube website, and it's giving me the old control panel for live streams. So I can actually go into the settings, turn on slow mode, enable like to archive, to make this video unlisted and archive it in the live stream, a playlist that I have on my channel right when it ends, so I don't have to manage that. And I can see the super chats in a different window so that I'm not missing your guys' super chats. Which, if you don't already know, a super chat is a donation through the live chat box. If you donate at least $2, I think, you can send a question that'll highlight your question, and then it'll prioritize it so I will answer it before everyone else's. All right, we have over 200 people already. That is incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think noon is going to be the new time. I'm feeling really good about it. Let me address two things. Number one is the Urban Pods video review that I posted, I think about 3 weeks ago, and people were talking about how it's gotten a lot of hate. And I did address this in the last two live streams. I was thinking about making like a whole video addressing it, just to clarify a few things. But the problem with posting a video, especially on my channel, because I'm not a popular YouTuber. It's not like when Shane Dawson posts an apology, everyone watches it, or Jeffree Star or something like that. When I post a video, it only goes to like a small amount of people, and it's usually not the same people who watched the last video. So the people watching that video wouldn't probably even know what I'm talking about, so it wouldn't perform well. It would affect the performance of my future videos. So I just didn't want to kind of mess up my groove on my channel in terms of how my videos are doing. But I did address it in the live streams, and I'll address it again. There was a little bit of confusion. One was that people thought I was promoting shopurbanpods.com, which was not the website I was promoting. What I was promoting was, what was it? Oh no, I was promoting shopurbanpods.com. What people thought I was promoting was urbanpods.com, which is a completely different website. That's a scam website. They sound very similar. Now, I didn't realize this. If I realized this, I would have made it clear at the beginning of the video that this is not a scam website. Be careful, because there are scam websites. I didn't know until after I posted the video and people brought that to my attention. Anyway, that was getting a lot of hate. But then I was also getting a lot of hate for doing a paid review, which I've done several times before in the last few years. But because I had posted that video review right after MKBHD made that video about can you trust MKBHD when he does paid video reviews, and he said he's not doing paid video reviews anymore. And so I think that was just fresh in people's minds. So when I posted that, one, they thought it was a scam. Two, they felt like I was being manipulated, I guess, by a company to make that video since I was being paid for it. But just like my video reviews have always been, I never have to say things about their products. Like if a company tells me you have to say this, 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 and this, I'm not going to make that video review. I'm just going to say what I like about it. And I don't make video reviews about products I don't like. I get sent products from companies all the time. Some of them are scams, and obviously I wouldn't make a video about it. But some of them I don't really like, so I don't make videos about them. But anyway, I did apologize, and I did say I will no longer be doing paid video reviews. It's clear that's not what my audience wants. It makes me appear not trustworthy, and I really don't like that. I take that really seriously. I really want to prove to my audience that they can trust what I'm saying. I really take that seriously. So no more paid video reviews. Number 2 was the HomePod situation. I don't know if you guys have seen like the comment section in the last few videos I've been doing, because since I've been recording myself, I do use a green screen. People have been asking in the comments, do you use a green screen? Yes, I do. And I'll show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I do. The photo in the background of my living room, it is my living room. That's a real photo I took of my living room. The thing is, when I am editing and recording, I cannot see myself when I record. So it's much easier for me to use a green screen. Well, it's not that I can't see myself, but it's honestly a long story. There's a lot of benefits to using a green screen, because then I can record in my bedroom. The audio is better. I can use my phone. My lighting is right here. I don't have to move my computer and my microphone and everything into the living room every time I record. There's a long laundry list of why I love using the green screen. And afterwards, when I use the green screen, I can edit and manipulate myself against the background much more precisely to make it look more professional, to make it look more pristine and finished and polished, compared to not using the green screen and actually recording against my living room background. So let me just show you guys a little sample of what I'm talking about here, because it's kind of cool, and I'm kind of proud of myself for thinking about this, because I spent a lot of time thinking about the best way to record myself against my living room background. So I'm going to go into this video, why Apple removed the home button. I'm going to flip my camera around here since I am using my iPhone. So here's my computer. This is my Final Cut Pro software. And here, I don't know if you can see, there is a timeline of my green screen clip. So when I click on it here, I can just remove myself. This is a green screen that I used. And then I can come into here, and this is the background. I can just also remove the background as well. So that way I can manipulate myself. Like if I'm off center, I can, oh, that's not the right thing. If I'm off center, like I can move myself to the right spot, or I can, enlarge myself or make myself smaller, and it's much easier. And I can edit myself independent from the background for like saturation or exposure if something was wrong. So it's a much easier way to do it. People said, what software is it? This is Final Cut Pro. This is Apple's video editing software. So it's just been way, way easier to make videos. But then some people think, oh, it's a green screen, so that's not really his living room. It is really my living room. It's just much easier to make videos quickly when I use my green screen. Okay, let me get to these super chats. We have a super chat from Cowgirl. Thank you, Cowgirl, $99.25 for that $3 super chat. Cowgirl said, when will iOS 14 come out? We don't have a hard date for sure. All Apple said is this fall. They do the same thing every year. They have WWDC where they reveal all their software for the upcoming year, and then they release it in the fall. We don't get a hard date exactly until they have their Apple event in the fall when they release the new iPhone, and then they say, and iOS will be available for download on blah, and then they give us a date. So we're not going to know for sure until the next iPhone's release, probably in September. Golden Age Majestic, thank you for that $5 super chat. Golden Age said, hey Greg, why are you doing a morning chat? I'm doing well, for me this is noon, but for many of you it's probably in the morning. I'm doing this new time instead of 8 p.m. in the evening because my mom told me to. I was talking to my mom and she was like, why don't you try doing like earlier in the day, like in the afternoon? And I had thought about doing that before because YouTube just came out with this new feature that shows you what time of day most of your subscribers are on YouTube. So I can see when most of you are using YouTube. It's a little bit creepy, but it's nice information. It's good data to have because streaming, I want to stream when there are the most amount of Apple Explained subscribers on YouTube. And that time is from my time, noon to 1 p.m. And then late in the evening, not many people are even on YouTube, at least my subscribers. So I'm thinking, you know what? And I have dinner with my family in the evening, so I would go over to dinner with my family at like 5, and I'd have to leave by like 7 in order to get home and get everything set up for the live stream. And that was just always stressful. I was just exhausted from the whole day, and then I had to do 2.5 hours of the 2 live streams. By the way, there's going to be a secret live stream after this one. If you're not a Secret Club member, click the link in the description to join the Secret Club. $3 a month, you get access to this secret stream that happens after this public stream. So I just get really exhausted after all that work. So doing it, I think, like first thing that I do in the day, I have all my energy still and I'm good to go. And there's a lot of people on YouTube. I mean, look, we have over 250 people watching right now. I haven't gotten that much viewership in a long time. Typically, we only have like 100 to 150 people watching. Kenny Zhang, thank you for that $5 super chat. Kenny said, be honest, are the Urban Pods Pro actually worth it? Look, I have a pair on my desk along with my typical AirPods, and I use them as a backup. If I didn't charge my Urban Pods last night, or because sometimes, if I didn't charge my AirPods, sometimes I use my AirPods overnight, like to fall asleep, and then they stay in my ear and they're always running, and then they kind of run out of battery. So I put them back in the case, and then I'll use Urban Pods as my backup. Keep in mind, I've had Urban Pods before. This is not the first time I've worked with them. I worked with them last year to do their previous iteration of like the AirPod knockoffs. I do use them as backups. Now, the question is, are you in the budget market for wireless headphones? And that was my main point in that video review. There is no way a $60 pair of headphones is going to compete with a $250 pair. They're in completely different categories. That's like saying a Toyota can compete with a Porsche. It's just not going to happen. They're in completely different categories. One is a budget product, one is a premium product. So my point is, if you are in the budget market and you're looking to spend $40, $50, $60 on a pair of wireless headphones, good wireless headphones, for the price, Urban Pods are incredible for the price. They're a very good value. And with these new versions that look so much like AirPods, I mean, these look like AirPods. You can't really tell with the lighting. But the sound quality is way better than the ones I reviewed last year, that was a big sticking point for me. Like the sound quality, I can't do music on the ones from last year, but I can do like audio calls or like podcasts. But these, I can actually listen to music and it's definitely enjoyable. The only thing is battery life. The battery life is going to be about half as good as the AirPods. And they tried to do noise cancellation, but the noise cancellation, I really couldn't tell a difference. It does have transparency mode. That transparency mode is good. I can tell a difference. And the control button is very finicky. You have to really perform the squeezes on the stem very precisely, whereas AirPods, it's much more forgiving. And I say all that in the video review. I do not leave out the negative sides of an affordable pair of headphones. Celery Towers, good to see you. Thank you for that $3 super chat. Celery Towers said, why are you live at noon? Everyone's going to be asking that. I am live at noon because there are more of my subscribers on YouTube at this time. And 2, I have more energy than waiting till late at night. I'm really not even a night person. And it's not going to interfere with my family dinners that I usually have like every Saturday night. So I don't have to like rush home after pizza night to come and do this live stream. Gomez Max, thank you for the membership. Gomez Max is officially a member of my secret club, and I look forward to seeing you, Gomez, in the secret stream happening right after this one, which will be in about 45 minutes at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be an hour long, and I really love those secret streams because there's not as many people as this. I mean, here, like I said, we have over 250 people. We might have 15 to 20 people in this secret stream. So it's not just me talking to you guys, it's you guys I mean, it's not just you guys asking me questions. I get to ask you guys questions and get a feel for the products you use when you started watching this channel, and just what's going on in your life. It's a much more personal experience than the public live stream where we have hundreds of people. All right. Let me catch up here. Sakti Priyan said, would you review Android phones and Windows laptops? Probably not. I only really review things that I use and like I buy. Or if a company sends me something and I love it, then I'll review it. But again, I'm not doing that anymore. So from now on, I'm only reviewing things that I love and that I use. So I will be doing a video review of the iPad Pro Smart Keyboard with the trackpad built in. I've been wanting to review that for a long time, ever since I bought it 10 minutes after it was released. And I love it. I really love it. So I will be making a video about that shortly, but I'm not really interested in, I mean, I don't use Windows laptops, I don't use Android devices, so I don't think I would want to review them. Evis Tech World said, do you actually use Urban Pods? I just addressed this earlier. I'm not sure if you were here yet, Evis or Evis, but I do use them as a backup. I have them right here on my desk as a backup to my AirPods if they run out of battery. DJ A said, are you friends with Tim Cook? You know what? We are best friends. I have his personal phone number. I ask him what's going on with the new iPhones. No, I am definitely not friends. The closest I have ever been to Tim Cook is when I went to the New York City grand reopening of the Fifth Avenue Apple store. I went with my little brother. You can see photos on Instagram. They actually took, Apple took a photo of me and my younger brother and they posted it on their newsroom website. Like when they post an article about an event, we were featured in that article. So if you want to see that picture, it's on my Instagram, @AppleExplained. Tim Cook was there. Tim Cook went to that event in New York City, and I was there. I took some pictures of him. I should probably post that on Instagram too. I'll post that on Instagram later today. I got some, I was far away. It's not like I was the first one in line. He did like shake hands and take pictures with the first like 10 to 15 people in line, but I was not one of those people, which is fine. But it was cool just seeing him in person because I have never seen an Apple executive in person. And not only was Tim Cook there, but Deirdre O'Brien was there also. So it was really cool to see both of them in person. I got to wave at them. Yeah, it was so much fun. Oh yeah, my HomePods. So I have 4 HomePods. Thank you, Param Swarup, for reminding me about the HomePod situation. People have been commenting on a lot of my videos, why does this guy have 4 HomePods? Oh my God, he's crazy, he has 4 HomePods. Yes, I agree, I am crazy. I'm obsessed with Apple, I love Apple. And now that I have the money to spend on Apple products, it can get out of control, I understand. But what I really wanted was that HomePod setup with the 4-point setup where I have 2 in front, 2 in back. Even though it's only stereo, you don't get the 5.1 surround sound or anything like that. I'm hoping Apple will support that in future software updates for the HomePod. That would be really cool. But the reason why I did it is because I got such good deals on my HomePods. The first one I bought it used for $100. Remember, at the beginning, it was sold for $350, so that was like a steal. My second one I got for like $180, third one like $177, fourth one like $180. So in total, I spent like probably half as much on those HomePods as the retail price would have been. So I got really good deals on all of them, and I really love having my music like surrounding me in my living room. I'm in my living room when I'm playing my Mario Kart. I'm in my living room if I'm watching a movie. So I do use it a lot. And when I'm cooking, or I shouldn't say cooking because I really don't cook, but when I'm preparing my meals, and it's going to be a while, or if I'm cleaning my kitchen or something, or I'm dusting, I like to use all those HomePods. It just, the sound is so full. It's really good. Parker Jackson said, was your time I just want. What was the Parker Jackson said? What was the best app ever? Parker Jackson, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. What was the best app ever for a new one? I don't know what I was. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, Parker. I'm sorry. Paulo Montenegro said, "Are you and Daiki still together?" Yes, we are still together. In fact, we just had a 3.5-hour FaceTime last night. If you don't know, Daiki has never owned Apple products. He just got his first iPhone last Friday. He is officially an Apple user. He is on board. I was successful in getting him on board. Anyone who comes into my life, if they're not an Apple user, by the time they leave my life, they are an Apple user. But it's so nice because before, we're doing like this long distance relationship right now because he's in Tokyo. And so before we had to use Facebook Messenger for the video calls, audio calls, texting, sending photos back and forth. It was terrible. It was slow. It wasn't good on my computer. The audio calls would lag. The video calls would lag really badly. Poor connection. It would drop out multiple times. So I just wanted him to get an iPhone to make my experience better. So yeah, it's great. Daniel JREV said, "Do you think the iPhone 12 Pro will come with 128 gigabytes as standard?" I really hope so. I can't say that it will. There was one period, I think when Apple went from, going from 32 to 64, I think, or going from 16 gigabytes to 64 gigabytes. Apple waited a really, really long time to make that jump. So it would not surprise me if Apple drags their feet another year with 64 gigabytes as the base model. Windows Gamer said, "Do you use Samsung phones?" I do not use Samsung phones. Derpy said, "How are you doing today?" I'm doing great. I'm really happy with this earlier live stream. I feel like I have more energy. Niloy Chakraborty, thank you for that 20. I think that's Indian currency super chat. I really appreciate that, Niloy. There's no question with that. Dhruv Trivedi said, "Will Apple be coming up with a new marketing strategy with Apple Silicon processors, or will it offer the same hardware, taking into account that Intel processors were a bottleneck?" Oh no, they will not be offering the same hardware. I really, really don't believe that. What Apple is going to do, they're going to finish up releasing the Intel products they had in their pipeline already. Tim Cook already said they're going to be releasing a few more Intel products. What they're doing is going to be one of the biggest leaps in the iMac in the Mac's history, maybe ever. It's going to be even bigger than switching from Motorola to PowerPC back in the day, or more recently switching from PowerPC to Intel in the early 2000s. This switch is going to be huge because the benefits Apple is going to enjoy from switching to their own custom ARM chipsets is going to be bigger than any benefits they've ever enjoyed before. And it will allow for maybe even fanless designs, super cool designs, high performance graphics. And what that means is not only is the performance better, processing performance is going to be faster than Intel, graphics performance is going to be faster than Intel, energy optimization galore. You are going to find that the battery life of Macs is going to truly achieve all day 10-hour battery life. It's going to be like the iPad. It's not going to be like what Macs have always been. Yeah, you can achieve 10-hour battery life on your MacBook Pro if you're browsing Safari and that's all you're doing and your backlight on your display is set to 50%. Yeah, you can achieve 10-hour battery life. But if you are using your MacBook Pro for something pro related, you're doing video editing, you have Final Cut Pro open, you're using some Photoshop or Illustrator, you are not, even if you're using Chrome, you are not getting that 10-hour battery life. Maybe you'll get 4 or 5. that is going to go away. And that is a huge, huge benefit. That's only the beginning. We're going to see radically new designs for every single Mac product. Radically new MacBook Pro design, radically new iMac design, radically new Mac Mini design, maybe even a radically new Mac Pro design. It is going to be the most exciting transition in the Mac's history, and I cannot wait. And what they can do in terms of business strategy, they will have a release schedule for the Mac. Remember how we never knew when a new Mac Pro was coming, or a new MacBook Pro was coming, or a new Mac Pro was coming, or a new iMac was coming. The releases were very unreliable, very sporadic. A big part of that is because Intel's release schedule is so unreliable, and in the last 5 years, it's gotten worse than ever. Intel has been missing deadlines. They just recently pushed back the release date of their new Intel processors again. I think this is like the fourth or fifth time they've missed a deadline. They have become such a monopoly that Intel has no competition. They have no reason to work to create new technology. And Apple is going to give them a run for their money. I think Apple is going to defeat them. I think Apple is going to become the big, chipset powerhouse that Intel is too lazy to become. And Apple is not going to be reliant on Intel anymore, because before, Apple was waiting on Intel to release their new processors. And then Intel would say, oh, we have to delay it. Oh, maybe next year, we'll see. And Apple was getting tired of it. Customers were getting tired of it. We want our new computers as soon as possible. What we're going to see is a new MacBook every 2 years, a new iMac every 2 years, a new Mac Mini every 2. There is going to be a release schedule, just like the iPhone. We get a new iPhone every fall. Just like the iPad, we get like a new iPad every couple years. Just like the Apple Watch, we get a new Apple Watch every year. It's because Apple is in total control of everything that they're using inside the product, so they're not depending upon other companies to meet deadlines. Here's a good question. Oh, wait. I have a couple super chats, but I don't want to miss this question. Alexander Prestis, thank you for that $2 UK super chat. I guess that's like a £2 super chat. I appreciate that, Alexander. Lee Finney, thank you for that. Oh wait, I don't think that was a pound. I don't know what that was. I apologize, Alexander. Lee Finney sent the £2 super chat. Thank you, Lee. They said, I've been binge watching lately. No regrets. Big fan. That's great. I love when people binge watch my videos. I try to make them like evergreen. I don't know if you guys have heard of the term evergreen content. It means like, even though the video is being made today, it's still going to be watchable 1, 2, 3 years from now. I try to make my content like that, so it's always interesting, even if someone watches it 3 years after I posted it. So that's great to hear, Lee. Thank you for that. Now I want to get to this awesome question from Patel Rekha. Patel said, why does Apple give so much importance to the user experience? This is such a good question. And yes, I got my Diet Coke with me today. Why does Apple care so much about the user experience? You know what? This is such a good video topic. Let me write this down. I don't think I have this on my list. Why Apple cares about the user experience. Because I made a video recently about Samsung, kind of making fun about how they really don't care about the user experience. They just kind of add all this random technology and then try to say, oh, it's so innovative, it's so cool, it's so new, it's so futuristic. And then customers go to use it, and then customers are like, this doesn't really work well, there's some problems, this is confusing. And then it creates a bad user experience. But Samsung doesn't care. All they care about is selling the product. This is what Apple cares about. Apple does not care if you buy their product. What they care about is that you'll buy their product again. They don't want you to just buy an iPhone once. They want you to use the iPhone, fall in love with it like you've never fallen in love with a smartphone before, and then they have your business for the rest of your life. That's called lifetime value. Businesses evaluate the lifetime value of their customers often. It's very important because it's not about just selling a product to someone once. It's about how many times can you sell that product to them for the rest of their life. That's much more valuable than just selling one product. That's why they care about the user experience. If you provide a product that does not give a good user experience, that user will not buy that product from you again. And if you make a different product and it has your logo on it, they're gonna remember the bad experience they had with your product the last time, and they're gonna avoid that product. They're not even gonna give you a chance. That's why when the iPad or the iPod became so popular in the early 2000s with the release of the iPod mini, Macs started to get a little more popular, a little more popular, a little more popular. Because people remembered, oh, my iPod mini was made by that Apple company, and now I see these notebooks made by this Apple company. I love my iPod mini. Maybe I would love this Mac computer. It's called the halo effect, where someone loves one of your products, there's a halo effect that connects them to the rest of your product lineup. And that is the strategy Apple has been using forever. And it took a while to pay off. It's a long-term strategy. Apple is all about long-term strategy. They are not opportunists. They're not out trying to make a quick buck. They're not out trying to appease shareholders for this quarter. They are in it for the long haul. And that's why Apple, they had a slow burn. It took them a while to become very successful, but their success has been incredibly reliable and durable compared to other tech companies that come and go so quickly, compared to Microsoft, compared to IBM, compared to RIM, who made BlackBerry, compared to all these other companies who have come and gone so quickly. Apple their staying power is so strong because users love their products. They keep buying them. They see Apple made another product. They know if Apple released a product, it is going to be good. They just know that. And I don't know if there's any other company in the tech industry that customers can say that about. I don't know. Samsung has released some really crappy products. The Samsung Galaxy Gear, for one, really crappy products. Microsoft has released some really crappy products. The Zune, I mean, come on. Once you use that product, you're not gonna buy anything else from them. I don't know if you can say that about any other company. Wow, that is such a good topic for a video. Thank you for that question. We have almost 300 people watching. This is incredible. All right, I think I have a couple super chats. Okay, we have a new super chat from Mark Larimore. Good to see you today, Mark. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Mark said, do you look for Apple to introduce a new iMac any week now, like a website refresh? You know, that's a good question, Mark. I don't know. I don't know, because the rumors are saying we're going to see a major refresh, like a new redesign. People thought that was going to come during WWDC. It didn't. There's no hardware announcements. So now people are saying once Apple updates the iMac, which is probably coming soon, it's going to be a big refresh. So my thinking is that if it's going to be a big refresh, a big redesign, I don't know if Apple would just not showcase that in a live event. Then again, we have no live events right now. I mean, this whole virus situation means Apple can't have one of their signature events, so maybe they will just release it online and just put out like a promotional video highlighting the new design. Because to be honestly, when Apple went from the white polycarbonate iMac G5 and they refreshed it to the aluminum iMac, that was a big redesign. That was a big refresh. And they did that online. They didn't do that during an event. So you know what, Mark, you could be very right. We may see a new iMac. I don't know if I would say any week now, but maybe any month now. Maybe in the next month or two, we'll see a new iMac and Apple's just going to release it online. I think that's very possible. Rogie Bear, thank you for that $1 super chat. I really appreciate it. Tassin said, I would really love to know, is Apple still working on a car? And then right before them, a Christian said, what's happening with Project Titan, which was the code name for Apple's car project? It seems that they were inspired by Tesla. Okay, this is such a good topic. I could talk about this for an hour. This is a video topic. If you haven't seen the voting poll, there is a voting poll out right now, and the car topic, I think, is number 2, I believe. And I will be making a video about this topic. But let me just give you a quick, like, loose rundown about my thoughts. Apple is not making a car. Moving on. No. Okay, Apple is not making a car. I mean, I don't say anything absolute because Apple can always surprise us, but I would say there is a 95% chance Apple is not making a car and a 5% chance they are making a car. I truly believe they are not making a car. And Tim Cook, because listen to this comment Tim Cook said. Tim Cook was asked directly in an interview, are you making a car? Are you working on a car, looking at car technology? His reply was, we are interested in autonomous technology. We are interested in autonomous technology. I believe that's a direct quote. He did not say we are deeply interested in the car industry. Because remember, when people were asking him about a watch before the Apple Watch came out, people were asking him, is Apple going to make a watch? He did not say we are focused on, watch technology. He said we are deeply interested in the wrist, which implied they were working on a watch. He did not say that this time. This is what Apple is doing. Let me tell you exactly what Apple is doing. And again, I don't know this for sure. I'm just talking, this is a theory. This is my theory. Apple is working on an operating system for cars. Think about it. Tesla is the only car company that is a tech company. Tesla is not a car company first. It is a tech company first. They're out of Silicon Valley. They're made up of software engineers. Of course, they have automotive engineers, but it's not in the traditional sense of like a Ford or a Honda or a Toyota. Those companies, those traditional car manufacturers are not tech companies. They are engine companies. They are car automotive companies. And that is a crucial difference because Ford does not have the resources to build software. If you have seen the latest software they have included in their 2020 cars, it looks like software from 2000. I mean, I'm being honest. It looks so bad. It works so bad. It's so terrible, convoluted, and complicated. They do not know what they're doing when it comes to software. And guess what? They really don't know what they're doing when it comes to autonomous driving because you need tech people, you need software engineers to figure out how to do that effectively. Software engineers are in Silicon Valley. They're not in Detroit. And they're not going to be moving to Detroit anytime soon to help out Ford. They're going to Tesla. They're going to Apple. This is what Ford is going to need. An operating system with autonomous driving technology built in. And Apple's going to provide that. Apple's going to build it. They are one of the best tech companies in the world. And Apple is going to license it to all these automotive companies who will be begging for it. Because Tesla is going to dominate the car industry in 10 to 15 years. In 10 to 15 years, self-driving technology will be well developed. And Ford and GM and all these traditional car manufacturers will be left in the dust and they will be scrambling because they're already so far behind. They're already a decade behind, maybe even more, behind Tesla. And Apple is going to develop this technology, license it out, make so much money. Because remember, Apple has to make a product that can generate a lot of revenue or else it's not worth it. And I explained that a little bit in a video I just made yesterday, but it'll probably be posted on Monday. It's so much more profitable to license an operating system. I mean, that's how Microsoft got rich. Microsoft didn't get rich by selling hardware. They got rich by licensing Windows to hardware manufacturers. Apple is going to make so much money off of licensing their car OS. And remember, they already have CarPlay. They already have the foundations for this to happen. They're going to make so much money licensing an operating system rather than making actual cars. Because if you think about it, making cars is not a profitable business. Only 2 companies in history in this country have been successful at it, Ford and Tesla. That's it. Everyone else has gone bankrupt. So Apple is not interested in getting involved in that risky business. And Tesla is already doing it well. I think Ford will and Toyota and Honda will be able to do it well once they get the hang of electric cars and that technology. They are focused on the software, and that is where the money's at. Oh, I love that topic. Thank you so much for that question. Jared Kinzel, thank you for that $10 super chat. Jared said, what is your favorite Apple Watch band other than the one you have on now? Yeah, the one I have on right now is the Sport Band. This is my favorite. It's so comfortable. If I ever go swimming or something, the water dries so quickly. It's like waterproof. I love this band. I love it. My second favorite would probably be the Loop. What's that called? The Loop that's like soft, really soft. What's that called? Sport Loop, right? Sport Loop. There's a Sport Band and then the Sport Loop. I like that one also. I'm all about comfort. I mean, I'm not about like looking fashionable or whatever. I'm all about comfort, and I love the most comfortable bands, and those two are the most comfortable. Lee Finney, thank you for your second super chat of today, right? Yeah. Lee, thank you for that £5 super chat. They said, I've learned so much about Apple because of you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate hearing that. That is the purpose of my channel. That is why I created my channel, 10 years ago. I wanted people to appreciate, understand, and love Apple the same way I do. I mean, that may sound like a strange purpose, but remember, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a kid, remember, I fell in love with Apple when I was 12 years old. That was 2005, okay? Back in the day, before the iPhone, before Apple was Apple. And people were hating on Apple because they're so expensive. All their designs look the same. You can't choose between anything. Apple was not getting the recognition, appreciation like they are today. And people didn't like or appreciate Steve Jobs very much back then either, at least my peer group. Then again, I was 12 years old in middle school. So I just felt like, how can people not understand the incredible things Apple is doing? And that's why I made the whole channel. So I really appreciate you saying that, Lee. Lee also said, it's made me respect the company more with innovation and the drive they have. Much respect to you too. Oh my God, thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much, Lee. I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. Rogi Bear, thank you for your second super chat of the night. $1 super chat. I really appreciate that, Rogi Bear. Jacob, thank you for that £79 super chat. I really appreciate it. We have a couple questions I want to answer. We are getting so many good questions today. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, I am feeling so passion right now. Wow, we have 2 good questions and I don't even know if I have time to answer them all. Jeez. Let me go with this one. Franklin Joe said, hey Greg, do you think Apple is pushing into gaming on Mac with the new Mac OS and the new developer videos? I'm not sure what you were referring to in terms of developer videos. But it's not really about Mac OS as it is about the new custom silicon Apple is creating. Because remember, with this new Apple designed chip that they're making, the ARM chip for these new Macs, it's going to have better processing, yes. But the key is the graphics performance on these things are going to be shocking. Apple is going to do something shocking. That's why they're switching to these chips. And what it's going to do is make Macs gaming computers again. Because if you remember back in the day, Macs kind of had like a good position in the gaming industry in the early days because they were good with graphics. Then they kind of fell behind. This is going to bring back gaming on the Mac. I really believe that. I think we're going to see ports of Skyrim. I think we're going to see ports of Doom, these really well-established, good games, reputable games on the Mac, and they're going to perform really well. I think people are going to be blown away. Nicholas Koloshny said, is the MacBook going to have a touchscreen? No, the MacBook will never have a touchscreen. Apple's philosophy right now, unless it's removable, the MacBook will never have a touchscreen. The problem with computers is that your display is vertical. It's not horizontal. And when you have a vertical display, this movement is not ergonomic. It's not something you can do for 5, 6, 7 hours a day when you're working functionally on your computer. But horizontal displays are very comfortable to touch. It's just this little bit of action, boom, 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 boom. It's much easier, much more ergonomic, much more comfortable than doing that on a vertical display. And that's why people, I have heard people online say, oh, I bought this new Windows notebook and it has a touchscreen. I forgot it had a touchscreen because I never use it. I would really be interested to see the statistics on how many people with a touchscreen notebook actually use the touchscreen on a daily basis. I suspect it would be well below 50%. Ashish Deshpade said, Greg, what is your most used device? iPad or MacBook or iPhone? Definitely my Mac. I use my Mac to work. So, that's like, 6, 7 hours a day right there. I use my Mac to watch YouTube videos. I use my Mac to watch movies. I use my Mac for work, for fun, and for communication, everything. I love my Mac. I really love this Mac. Now, I think my iPhone would be second place. Obviously I'm using my iPhone right now, but I really don't use it as much. And then my iPad is last place. The thing is, I used to use my iPad a lot for typing my scripts for my videos, because I would take it with me to the cafe that I would always go to work. The problem is that cafe is closed right now, and so I'm stuck at home writing my scripts. And when I'm at home, I do prefer writing scripts on my Mac. Oh, I do want to say, there is over 300 people here right now, so I can't answer everyone's question. If you want one question answered, at least, for sure, join our free Discord server. You can find that link in the description. It's completely free. It's just a Discord server. You just join. And then there is going to be an area called After Stream. You go to After Stream, and then you can ask one question. And then after the both live streams are ended, both this one and the secret stream, I go onto Discord and I answer all your guys' questions in that after stream section, and then I post a Q&A video exclusively on Discord. So everyone gets to ask one question on Discord if you don't get your question answered. Konstantin Grigoriev said, do you think Apple is considering making their own gaming platform, such as Google Stadia or Microsoft xCloud? I don't know. Apple's kind of making their own gaming platform with Apple Arcade. But I don't know if that's similar to Google Stadia or the Microsoft xCloud. I don't know anything about those platforms or those services. Are those memberships, or are those a subscription service? I'm not sure. But I think what we're going to see is Apple continue to go down this path of Apple Arcade. And they're going to allow these really good console quality games to be playable across all their devices. You can start playing it on your Apple TV, pick up on your MacBook, and pick up again on your iPad. It's going to be a really incredible experience that I think gamers will really appreciate. I'm not really a gamer though. I just play Mario Kart. Yeah, Asma Javid said Apple Arcade is still mobile apps. Yeah, Apple Arcade is still like mobile gaming, but I think these two lines are going to converge one day. There will be a day when mobile gaming is so similar to console gaming that you can put console quality games on a mobile device. That is absolutely going to be possible. To think it's not going to be possible is not recognizing how technology improves in the future. It improves very quickly. So yeah, that's what, again, Apple is long-term. Apple is not short-term opportunists. They're waiting for the long-term. They know one day they can put console quality games on their devices, and they are waiting for that day to come, because once it does, wow, it's going to change everything. Eric Yoon said, what is the best design and color for iPhone in your opinion? I will say I loved the slate iPhone 5. I really love that color. I love the design. I love how it felt. It was really thin. It was really light. It still had a big display. I loved the iPhone 5 design. But I also loved, maybe even just as much, the white iPhone 10. I thought the white iPhone 10 was stunning. It was gorgeous. I loved the camera bump, how it was silver. Ooh, I really love that design. But I also really love the iPhone 11 Pro in white. I think that's also really beautiful. Windows Gamer said, please reply, can you show me your oldest iPhone? I don't have my oldest iPhone. My oldest iPhone is the iPhone 5, and I sold it when I upgraded to the iPhone 7. Luna Tears said, I've heard it's not recommended to be different in Apple as a creator. What does that mean, to be different as a creator? Are you talking about YouTubers or workers employed by Apple? I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Evie said, why did Adobe and Apple go from hating each other to working together? At what point are you talking about? Are you talking about back in the day, or are you talking about recently, like with the whole Flash situation? Actually, Adobe and Apple have always been close. They've always worked together. I don't think they've ever hated each other necessarily, but Adobe did not like that Apple was not supporting Flash on their platform. Why? Because that was the beginning of the inevitable demise of Flash. And Apple said, we're not interested in supporting Flash. We think it's a declining technology. And Adobe, who makes Flash, of course doesn't like that because that's their product. So they're gonna, put out some nasty messages saying, hey, we don't like that. You're not giving consumers a choice. But of course, Apple was right. Flash is no longer supported even by Adobe. But I think that was more of a PR drama rather than a true representation of how Apple and Adobe are working together. I mean, Apple works very closely with Adobe on Photoshop, Illustrator, their whole suite of creative apps. In the early days, Apple offered to buy Adobe. Apple wanted to buy Adobe to get their software in the Apple ecosystem. Adobe denied them, so it never happened. But they've always had a close relationship, despite what PR drama is going on. Nathan McCarthy said, do you use the iOS public betas? Why or why not? I never use betas because I need all my products to be as reliable as possible. I do work on my Apple products, and I just don't like using something that doesn't work well. I'm not that interested in all these new features that I'm going to risk reliability. Okay, I have a few super chats that I haven't mentioned yet. AKU, thank you for that £5 UK super chat. AKU said, what do you think Apple will do with AR glasses / VR plus AR headsets? And what do you think Macs without Apple Silicon could still support? Sorry, this is a long question. Let me answer the first part. I don't know what Apple's going to do with a headset. I'm not really sure how functional a headset would be, but I do think glasses are very interesting. I think it has the potential to change the world even more so than the iPhone. And I think if glasses in AR is implemented really, really well, it could cannibalize the iPhone. I mean, that could be the end of the iPhone, and then everything goes to wearable technology. I do think everything is going toward wearable technology rather than these separate handheld devices. So the potential is incredible. Do you think Macs without Apple Silicon could still support full integration? I don't know what you mean by full integration of the AR glasses. I don't think there's going to be many limitations to the Intel computers. I think Apple's going to do a good job at supporting a lot of stuff. I don't know if we're still going to have Windows support. I think Boot Camp will be obsolete with the new ARM Macs, but everything else I think is going to be still pretty functional as usual. Celery Towers, thank you for that $5 super chat. Celery Towers said, oh, my husband bragged about his Windows touchscreen laptop, and I asked him if he used it, the touchscreen, and he said, I would I would send it once. Like he only used it once. Yeah, I think most people, that's how most people use products. If a product or a feature doesn't work well, if it's inconvenient, you just use it once and then never use it again. Joris de Hasse, thank you for that 20, I don't know what currency this is. Oh, Belgium. Belgian, it's 20 Belgian currencies. Thank you very much, Joris or Horace. Why doesn't Apple make the colors white and black a standard color for the iPhone every year? What's up with the color choices from them? That's a really good question, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're just trying to switch it up. They're just trying to make it feel fresh and new, not similar to old devices. I'm really not sure, and that's a really good question. I would love to hear I would love to hear an answer from someone at Apple about that, because that would be really interesting. Bajiru said, hey Greg, when did you get into Apple stuff? I got into Apple stuff when I was 12 years old, the first time I held an iPod in my hand. That was it. I had always, my dad is a graphic designer, so he always had a Mac when I was growing up. But the Mac, it's a computer with the mouse and the keyboard. I was just used to it. I didn't think it was anything special. I didn't think anything was special about the Mac until I saw the iMac G4. That's when I really fell in love with Apple, but that's when I was like 8 years old or something. I was really young, so I didn't really, I hadn't developed the concept of brand identity at that point in time. But I knew I loved how that looked when I saw it at Micro Center. And then I used the iPod 5th generation iPod with the click wheel and everything, and I was blown away. I had never used technology that was so polished and so good before in my life, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need one of these. And I ended up buying one. I saved up $300 and I bought an iPod 5th generation, even though I didn't even really listen to music. I was just so fascinated by the technology that I had to have one. Someone asked me, do I prefer Xbox or PlayStation? I would say PlayStation, not because I have personal experience or whatever, but my younger brother has a Xbox and he complains about it on a regular basis. So I would say I would go with the PlayStation. All right, there is 3 minutes left in this live stream. If you did not get your question answered, be sure to join the free Discord server where you can ask 1 question per person after the stream ends, or become a Secret Club member. That's the first link in the description. Secret Club members get access to the secret stream. It's another hour-long live stream that happens after this one ends. So you'll be able to stick around for the secret stream, and then you can ask me all the questions you want. There's only going to be a handful of people, like 15 or 20 people in there. So I answer every single question, and I get to ask you questions. So it's really fun. It's more of a personal experience than these live streams. So be sure to become a member if you want to keep watching this stream. Bilal Boachiba said, is the MacBook Pro 2020 keyboard any better now? Yes, it is so much better. In fact, because I had the 2017 MacBook Pro, which had the butterfly keyboard, and I wasn't really a fan. I ended up getting used to it, but I was never a fan. And then I had key problems. I had reliability problems with the keyboard. So I always wanted to switch back to the older keyboard, and I preferred using my Magic keyboard separately since it was more comfortable to type on. But I just bought the 16-inch MacBook Pro recently, I think like about a month ago, and I love the keyboard. I like it more than the external Magic keyboard. I thought it was going to feel like this. I thought I wouldn't be able to tell a difference between my 16-inch MacBook Pro keyboard and this keyboard. But my 16-inch MacBook Pro keyboard is different. It feels like I have more travel. It feels more satisfying. I love it. I really, really love it. Apple did a great job with that, and I hope they keep it for a while. Drift Boy, thank you for becoming a Secret Club member. Drift Boy, I look forward to seeing you in the secret stream happening in about 1 minute. So this is the last call for anyone wanting to watch another hour of the secret stream to be sure to become a member. I'll post a link. I still have to create it. I'll create that stream and I'll post the unlisted video link to Secret Club members right after I end the stream. You can find it in the Discord server, in the secret stream, the secret discussion area, or you can see it in the community tab. That's where I post all the links to the membership exclusive content. All right, I'm gonna answer one more question. Okay, this is a good quick one. Bloxy Plays said, will Apple have a 120 hertz iPhone 12? Well, again, these rumors are crazy. First, the rumors were saying there will be a 120 hertz display on the iPhone 12. That was going on for a few months. And then it was, there's not going to be a 120 hertz. Most recently, there's not going to be a 120 hertz display. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if they're going to do 90 because 90 is better than 60. I don't think they would do something like that because that's really a half measure. Apple's the type of company that goes big or they don't do anything. So I think we probably won't see it this year. Rumors have been all over the place. I would be kind of disappointed. I was really looking forward to that smooth scrolling that I am used to on my iPad Pro, but I suspect it's not going to happen this year. But again, we'll just have to wait and see in September. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching this live stream. The secret stream will be starting in about 2 to 3 minutes once I get that link set up and sent out to all my Secret Club members. If you want to watch the secret stream, it's another hour. I get to ask you guys questions also. The link is in the description to join. It's only $3 a month. Then you get an extra live stream every week, and you get to see my videos early, like a day or two early, with no sponsorship message in the middle. So there are quite a few benefits of being a Secret Club member. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week at noon. I want to continue doing these live streams at noon. I really had fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the super chats, all the support, and I will see you guys next Saturday at noon Eastern time.